talking about how constantly here on the program that it is not a Delhi problem. It is in fact not even a Mumbai problem. It is 60% of the country's problem. Yet, who cares really, right? But one person who seems to, let me bring her on the program. Aditi Mittal, she's a comedian and actress. She joins us now in a rather smoky avatar, Aditi.
I'm so sorry, I left the window open this morning. It'll clear out by next year.
Or perhaps when the wind gods have their way. Next year, क्यों Aditi? ऐसे कैसे हो जाएगा?
So, gee, I never thought I would miss Mumbai rains, but here we are.
Aditi, you know, it's such a pleasure talking to you all the time, but it leaves me laughing and crying at the same time. We've spoken about various urban issues on this program so many times, but when it comes to air pollution, are you as shocked as I am that the Mumbai versus Delhi debate is now moving to air pollution? These two cities, your and my city, are now, you know, fighting it out for who has the worst air.
Jeev, as a Mumbaikar, let me tell you, anything that Delhi can do, Mumbai can do better. In Delhi, you all call it smog. In Mumbai, it's an Instagram filter.
Instagram filter, which will only take your life, no? Nothing else? Just shorten your life, make you dumber, and perhaps, you know, clog all your lungs, clog all your arteries, just make you really weak. Kids of an entire generation will be born defunct. Just that much it does, no?
Gee, I mean, the cost of human life in India.
But jokes apart, Aditi, why do you think it has taken so long for even people to realize this? You know, today is one of those days I must highlight where we've seen a series of comments come in. We've seen the Supreme Court react. We've seen the Prime Minister's office just yesterday take note for the first time on the issue of pollution and say, let's get more EVs on the road. We'll talk about that also in a bit. But when you and I don't know if you've noticed, when I'm walking on the road, I barely see people with masks on. Why? One of the reasons perhaps why politicians are not taking note is because maybe people also don't care. They haven't woken up to the reality of air pollution. Is that true?
Gee, blaming people for not wearing masks as being a part of the problem is like saying the AQI meters are the cause for air pollution. Our governments have known about this long enough that they've been spraying and manipulating numbers. And so people not wearing masks is a very small part of the problem, though, of course, we should be wearing masks. But the action on this should have been taken you know, even 2 years ago when Delhi was suffering through this. And this should have been a point of contention for governments across the country 5 years ago. So the fact that they've woken up today, yay. I mean, you know, morning walk used to be dangerous for judges for different reasons. And now, you know, it's good old air pollution.
Different reasons over there. Let's not go there. That's a discussion for another day. But Aditi, I've often wondered what it takes for a country to really unite on issues. For example, when it came to the dog menace and street dogs, we saw the entire nation come together. We saw lobbying to the degree, voices being, you know, made heard to the degree that even Supreme Court had to overturn its own verdict. Why do you think air pollution, which has far wider impact on your and my health, and especially those of our kids, why do you think on an issue like this, we are not being able to come together?
Sonal, I think that, you know, there's a large mass of us that are struggling to make a living. And having fresh air was really not a part of the contract when you can't even make a living or even have enough food to eat. And so I understand where this comes from. But as I said, I mean, you know, even if we do come out to protest, will they even see us? The smog will cover all our placards. And where will we stand to do this protest?
No, protests are happening, detentions are also happening, but there's a controversy there as well.
Of course.
But, you know, this is where it gets me to Aditi, maybe because we have not been able to put pollution and our own health at the center. I think as a country, we don't prioritize health. We prioritize wealth, but we don't prioritize health.
Gee, I think we've all been brought up with the idea that if we can spend enough money, we can separate ourselves from India. We can get into our gated communities. We can, buy fancier cars. But the problem is we are still stuck breathing the same air as everyone else. And which is why, there has been that kerfuffle. Even the Mumbai municipality has announced some actions to be taken within the next 48 hours if conditions remain terrible. So I think we're at a tipping point. If that tipping point would make some of these people money, that would be great. But unfortunately, it's our breath we're fighting for right now.
Last question before I let you go, Aditi. Last time we met, you had a certain comment for the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. I called him Mr. Fadnavis, you called him something else. I want to know if this time around, for your air, for every breath that should be fresh, should be pure, should be clean in Mumbai and rest of the country, if you have a message for your Chief Minister and perhaps the Prime Minister as well.
Ji, my message to all our ministers is, especially our chief minister, is that please don't allow more deforestation, because where else then will Mrs. Fadnavis shoot her music videos? We need the greenery for art.
All right. Without any comments to that one, I'm gonna thank Aditi Mittal for joining us, and as always, trying to make a point front, and center about why we should all be really caring about air pollution. Thanks so much, Aditi, for joining us. But it's not just celebrities. Another voice came to the fore today, and she has now written to the Prime Minister saying only he can find a solution to pollution.